Okay, I'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. Thanks everyone for participating virtually. First order of business is our discussion of our October minutes. Does anybody have any edits to that? Hearing none, can I ask someone to give me a motion to approve? Peter, thank you. Second? Mary, thank you. Appreciate that. And then we will, in order to make sure, Allie has to leave a little early, so we will skip over the Mather Center report to the Human Services report and then come back to Beth. Allie, you're up.
Okay, morning. Thank you, Beth. So we are in the middle of Medicare open enrollment, which is proving to be more challenging than ever since we are not meeting in person with clients. So typically we spend about an hour per person, and it's taking double that because we're trying to do things, you know, email, mail, multiple phone calls, but we're doing it. And this is the first year actually that SWACA, so it's myself and Cynthia Hall are the two choices counselors here who do the work. But this year, SWACA, actually, we are having a volunteer on December 1st who will help us. So anyone who is still interested in having their Medicare reviewed, they can call us and we can schedule them for December 1st. What else? We ended up, last year was the first year we did the Senior Farmers Market Nutrition Program. And we had, this year we gave it out to a total of 36 seniors, and they were pleased. It's a nice treat, particularly for those seniors that moved back to senior housing, or what we call the Royal now. It's right across the street, so that's nice. Our emergency call list, I think I've mentioned this before, at the beginning of probably March, we put out there to have people, you know, to recruit more people to be on our list if they would like to be. And again, we want Darien resident seniors or people with disabilities who are frail and vulnerable during storms or townwide emergencies to please add their name to our list. This past Monday, you know, with the storm that kind of came out of nowhere, we did call everybody on Tuesday, and there are people who are not on our list. We have about a little over 100 people now, but we do want people to know about that service and that support. So please call us if you would like to add your name to the list, or a family member, neighbor, so on. Our Thanksgiving and holiday programs are well underway. We have, I think, close to 50 seniors again this year who are being quote unquote adopted. And actually, as I'm saying this, I think I was supposed to send you guys all the information, which I will do. And this year, we're, instead of doing gifts and baskets and whatnot, we're limiting it to gift cards just for everyone's safety. But as usual, we have overwhelming support from the community. So thank you. And I think that's about it. That's anything new or relevant.
Great. Anybody have any questions for Allie? Hearing or seeing none, I will move on. Thank you, Allie. And when you have to slog off, we'll let you, you will say goodbye. Beth, you're up with your Mather Center report.
Okay. I thought Joe was asking me because he knew today is the Thanksgiving drive-through. We've got about 95 cars coming through to pick up the meal. So we had a great response on that. We are doing more now ourselves with virtual programming that we're myself implementing, as well as Stacy. And we are connecting folks with the other 14 senior centers too for the virtual program. We're doing trainings for folks to help them get on. You see Jerry there, GoToMeeting and Zoom to help them see that it's not so hard. So we're doing even test meetings with them as well. We have a couple of community volunteers are going to be helping us with that too. We had two wonderful focus groups that gave us great ideas. They came in center. We socially distanced and followed all our protocols, and we're looking at some of the great ideas that we got. We're even to do some little meetups for people that truly need to see a human being in person and just want to connect with a friend, but we're trying to come up with a nice name for it. We're thinking of using our little lobby area at the fireplace and maybe call it a fireside chat. People can't be in the building for more than a half hour, and then the protocol of cleaning has to be, they have to stay masked, of course they have to stay socially distanced, and they can't stay in the building for more than a half hour. We were going to do more incrementally, and but the surge is on right now, so we're going to be we're going to take a little step back in terms of classes, but we're also looking at our own exercise teachers I believe we have 3 of them that are willing to resume their class virtually. And what we've done is we actually call the attendance list of the folks that were in those classes previously to let them know what's going on. That's another way that we're getting people to virtually get up to date because they have computer, but they're just afraid to use either GoToMeeting or to Zoom. So it's giving us more and more folks asking, and that's a good thing because we're going to be in this for, I know we got really good news about the vaccine, but we're still a ways away from enough people being vaccinated and us being able to be kind of normal the way we were before. We're also doing, for the first time, we launched a robocall, got good input from that too. Peter, thank you. Peter let me know that it was coming in as spam. So I paid the piper, and this Friday it should come in as 203-656-7490. So I appreciate that input because there were a lot of people who heard it because we got a lot of emails. The funny thing is people said, "Oh, Beth, it was so good to hear your voice, but I didn't even listen to what you said. What did you say?" So now I got to get the people to listen, but we're going to try to keep it under a minute. And especially for folks who don't have email, because we're sending out now every week a constant contact so that they know what activities and programs are happening the following week. The newsletter is back online. The menu is online. We're seeing an increased use of the drive-through lunch as people are getting a little bit more wary about shopping again. So we're glad to be able to continue to offer that. And we just want to be able to, the grab and goes too, we're doing crafts. Garden Club is participating in doing a monthly flower arranging again. And so folks right now are ready and willing to come and pick things up. We will also give the newsletter if somebody doesn't have technology and they want to drive by. The message is we're here from 9 to 3. I'm actually here from 7 to 3. So anybody who wants to come by, all we have to do is get a call and toot the horn when you come out there so that we'll come outside. But we will come out and give folks things, newsletters, kits, whatever it is that they're after. And to let you know, there's quite a bit of caregiving support going on. I have about 12 people now that call in through the telephone, and now we're going to set them up, some of them up with GoToMeeting because they want to have small groups again where they benefit from hearing from each other because the stress out there, especially for people living with somebody that has a cognitive issue, is definitely escalating. So that's it. We just really want to know that we're closed as a building, but we're sort of open by appointment and reservation if we need to. And we are planning all the way into the spring and summer to almost every Friday have entertainment outside. So we're working on, and we'll be very happy if we can come in then. Coming in is a lot easier than going out. So we're planning a lot of outdoor activities that happily we bring in if we can, but we know that Oktoberfest worked so well. People were so happy to see each other. Everybody was so wonderfully compliant with having to sit apart from each other. And the entertainer was great. So we just need to find more entertainers that are multi-talented that can be outside with us too. So we're working on that as well. So I think that's it from me.
Any questions for Beth? Hearing none, thanks so much. As a matter of old business, I want to send out a congratulations to Peter Etter and all the team who put on an amazing job for the election. It was really remarkable to see how well that worked. People were socially distanced, at least at the town hall where people were lined up along the street on Renshaw. And it was quite easy to vote, and it was great to see the team socially distanced, masked. So kudos to Peter and his team for all of that.
Well, I also want to say, yeah, it was great. It really was great working the poll. Everything was safe. And what was really encouraging was the number of new younger people, poll worker volunteers. So that's great. So it really, this time it was not just a congregation of all of us older folks, but a lot younger folks. And you know what? They enjoy themselves, and hopefully they'll become fixtures at future poll sites.
Fantastic. Thanks again. Peter, do you have any updates from AARP or the state?
I do, Joe. A couple of things. One important thing right here in town is the time capsule. And I don't know if any of you saw the article in the Darien Times, but part of the time capsule is going to be a book of reflections of hopefully everyone in town. And let me just, so there's two ways to do it. They're encouraging us, the library is going to aggregate it. You can go to a website and submit your reflections, 200 words or less. I'll read it for the website. It's http again, colon / bit.ly / the Darien Time Capsule. Or you could do as I did. You can just take a piece of paper and write 8.5 by 11. You can type it, you can print it, you can write it, and you can send it over. You can bring it over to the library, or you can mail it to the library. Attention to Carolyn Lopez. And we'd encourage everyone to do it. And really, it's going to be a time capsule. It's going to be open in 50 years. So I think some of the people contributing will be able to revisit it in 2070. I won't be there, but there'll be plenty of others that will. And so I'd like to encourage that and get the word out, because again, it's an important piece. The time capsule itself will reside in the Museum of Darien. The schools are working on putting contents together, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And again, it's supported by a whole bunch of organizations in town, which I think is really important. Retailers, restaurants, the town itself, of course. So it's really a community-wide effort. So certainly all of us on the Commission on Aging ought to make sure we have our page in the time capsule. So that's number one. Any questions on that? Okay. And number two, very interesting. I made a connection between the Cross Disability Lifespan Alliance. These are the folks that are amputee associations and networks in Connecticut. And they were unaware of the whole issue of fixed cameras, with us wanting fixed cameras. So I've hooked them up with AARP, and it looks like they might indeed join an alliance, so that, again, just to re-emphasize, for any long-term care facility, a fixed camera at that residence control should be mandated by law. So here again, it's just a case of, getting the message out and networking it, and then trying to bring together the resources to make it happen. It's really important, and we're certainly going to look to see if we can get that done in the legislature next year. One other thing, I learned this past week that the Darien Times is no longer, the editorial is no longer being written by Susan Schultz, and it's being written by Hearst now. Hearst has mandated that they will be doing all the editorials, and that's really sad news. But again, it's something that's happening, and again, people are aware of it. I'm not sure we can do anything about it, but it's truly sad. So again, for seniors especially, I think, Joe, where we rely still on newspapers, again, it's another step backwards. That's all I've got.
Yeah, that's horrific news about Hearst doing that, especially because that Susan Schultz has been an amazing voice as far as really shining light on local issues, and making clear, quite frankly, from what I thought was a pretty straightforward kind of objective way she did it, letting people know what was going on. I mean, I think we're very blessed to have her as the editor of the paper still. And of course, I think that it's that kind of common sense. We see the same thing from Terry Wood and others, the kind of common sense we need, especially, and with Hearst taking over the editorials, I mean, I can't even imagine what they're going to say, right? Is it going to, is it corporate crapola? I mean, what is it? So we'll have to see, but that's very unfortunate.
Yeah, just read last week's paper and you'll see what it is. It's vanilla now. And there's some speculation that they'll be shutting down the Darien Times and other local papers as well.
Oh, just horrific. I mean, it's just we've lost so much in journalism already, and to have local journalism, quite frankly, be destroyed, just lets people run wild. In other words, our internet is filled with, pick your political side, doesn't matter, left or right. You pick your bubble. You choose your own news and believe your own stuff, and without an objective voice to say, hey, wait a minute, that's a real problem for us, as an American democracy, without, journalists actually shining light on important issues. So that's really, really tough stuff. In any event, it is what it is. But thank you, Peter. Gina, I think you're on this week. Are you on, Gina?
I am on the call. Can you hear me okay?
Hear you just fine. Can you let us know what's going on at Home in Darien?
Yes, we're continuing to provide important services and gearing up for what might be a difficult winter. So if anybody who is watching this program has needs, like with regard to shopping or other things, we're happy to assist, get a volunteer, or deliver prescriptions, anything that needs to be done. So give us a call. At Home in Darien is also having their annual meeting on Thursday, December 10th. It will be at 11 a.m. It will be a virtual meeting. So that information will be on our website, the registration and link-in information, but we're really excited to have Marie Allen, who is the Executive Director of the Southwestern Connecticut Agency on Aging. She will be our guest speaker, and she will speak on attitudes, anxiety, and ageism in the time of COVID-19. So very relevant topic. And once again, that'll be a virtual annual meeting on December 10th at 11 a.m. The registration and link will be available on our website.
Thanks so much. I appreciate the report. Is there any other old business? Is there any new business? Hearing none. Allie, you made it through the whole meeting. Well done. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
I motion.
Thank you. Second?
Second.
So moved. Thanks, everybody. We will probably see you again virtually in December. And I wish you a happy Thanksgiving and stay safe. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanks.
Bye.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Bye-bye.